Welcome to my podcast today. I'm joined by...
Hi, Mackenzie Felician.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm great. How are you preparing for the election?
I'm preparing by watching the debates and reading all my favorite newspapers on the topic of the election.
Really? That's incredible. So many these days ignore the election and any news around it. What newspapers do you like to read and get the latest news on the election?
I like to read the Wall Street Journal and the New York Post.
I love those newspapers. So much interesting news. I love the New York Post headlines on their cover every day. It's pretty clever. There is a news on TV and on social media platforms on the importance of voting. So many today are going to vote. Are you going to vote?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to voting this year. It's a very important election to vote for. My daughter Janelle and Cicely are Generation Z, and they are both allowed to vote. They are very pro-voting. They both heard from their friends how they are going to vote, and then they became inspired because of them and are now voting. They've been urging me to vote from day one.
Your daughter sounds so lovely. Have they been doing anything for the community you live in to get people to vote?
Actually, yeah, they have. They've been giving out hats and t-shirts that say Vote 2020 to their friends and their friends' families.
Very impressive. Sounds like they're trying to make everyone feel involved and telling them how important their vote is.
Yeah, every vote counts without a doubt.
How old are you when you first voted?
I was 26 years old.
Wow. Do you regret voting a little after the period you could have voted?
Yeah, I do regret it. I see my daughters who are Generation Z, and they're trying so hard to get people to vote, and they're so excited to vote this year. I feel like I didn't really use what was in front of me, and I didn't vote until later on.
You know what they say, you're never too old.
Agreed.
Is there anything about the election that you find interesting to talk about today?
Yeah, personally, I've had a hard time with incorrect information on Facebook and Twitter.
Wow, I feel like that's such a pressuring issue right now. How has it affected you personally?
I found that I'm not as good at technology as my daughters are. Janelle can spot fake information on Facebook from a mile away. Because there's been so much news around the election, a lot of my family and friends have been posting online about it. Cicely, my other daughter, looked at my Facebook feed after I asked her if the information posted was correct, and she said no. Many of the posts people posted was not accurate.
Oh my, what did you do?
Because I'm not a Gen Z, I have to take more precautions. So I went ahead and unfollowed many of my family and friends on social platforms such as Facebook and Twitter.
And how is it now?
Now I have no more incorrect or false information being put out there in front of me. I can now know correct information straight off Facebook and Twitter.
Aren't you glad you have a Gen Z daughter to help you out?
Yeah, they're very helpful. They know how to pinpoint fake news and correct information.
If you had an option to use a fact checker on social media to stop false posts, would you use it?
I definitely would.
Any tips for the audience, for the Gen Z?
Yeah, actually, I've been receiving weird emails asking to donate to a President of My Choice campaign. I figured out that the email was a scam and that you shouldn't give any personal information into the wrong hands.
That sounds like very important advice. All right, that's it for now. Thank you, Mackenzie, for being on my podcast for New Jersey Voices for Change.
You're welcome, Hadassah. Bye.
Bye.